side, always smile big when you see those moments again, because you know what is baked into them. And in the Cowboys case, man, you're talking about 30 years, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot to drag around, because you're not just some garden variety franchise. You're the Cowboys. You got an owner that's very involved and all the rest. And I asked Troy about it. I'm interested in what you think for Dak, right? Because you're not just a quarterback. You're the Cowboys quarterback.
Yeah.
And now you got to go on the road and perform. And you got to perform after what he did not far from here last weekend when they were awful. What did Dak show you tonight?
Well, the first thing is that Dak Prescott came prepared to play, and he put everything leading up to this week behind him. I got a text from one of my frat brothers. His name's Too Wild.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, you better tell Scott that defense was too wild all night.
Okay.
But Dak Prescott was the exact opposite. He was poised, he was under control, and he orchestrated everything he needed from the pocket. Now, normally when you get into the high red zone, you're going to get a play that's called pump seam. We're going to see Kellen Moore douse it up in a different way to allow Dak the freedom to make this throw to Dalton Schultz. You're going to get a swing here. You're going to get a swing by Ezekiel Elliott. You're going to get Michael Gallup across the field, and T.Y. Hilton is going to run a corner. Now, Dalton Schultz is going to get a clear out outside, which is going to take Murphy Bunting away from him. He's going to bend out as he's going to go to the sail route and then get up here in the seam. Now, this is about Dak Prescott being a guy that was caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do, and he asked, are you going to believe your own eyes or what I tell you? And so right now, you're going to see as he gets up the field, he's going to be looking away. Now, while looking away, his eyes are telling Logan Ryan that he wants to go here. So Logan Ryan, the middle of the field safety, he's going to start to inch away towards Dak Prescott's eyes and T.Y. Hilton. Here's what the eyes say on the other side. Now, Dalton Schultz is leaning to the outside, and in leaning to the outside, we're going to think that he's going to go to the 7. So you're going to get Murphy Bunting to hold and also the safety. Now, as he straightens up, Dak Prescott gets his eyes to Dalton Schultz. It's wide open, easy play. Here's what I like about the next play. Initially, it's not going to be there for Dak Prescott. We're going to get China here. We're going to get China here, a corner to the outside. We're going to get a little flat route right here by Tony Pollard, and Dalton Schultz is going to run the post corner into the end zone. Everything's going to be covered up. You're going to see that no one has any space or nowhere to go. Dak Prescott holds the football in the pocket, but there's no panic at all. Here, Dalton Schultz holding his hands up in the back of the end zone like he's a girl at Mardi Gras, and they're saying, throw me something, mister. But nobody's going to give him the ball right now because he's actually not open. So Dak Prescott doesn't force it. He gets to the outside. Dalton Schultz move. He gets the football off. And here's what I love. Whenever you watch Dak Prescott warm up, he always has on Jordans, right? He always has on Jumpmans. Yep. Right now, he's thinking to himself, Jumpman, Jumpman, Jumpman. The boys are up to something. This is a huge play by Dak Prescott. No interceptions in this game, continuing to move the football and making good decisions. Now, it's a different animal when you play the San Francisco 49ers and that defense in their building, but this is something that Dak Prescott can build on.
And he told Lisa afterwards, didn't listen to anything, and it's a good thing because they weren't any good last week, but they valued the football. And I also think, to a degree, it has to help knowing your defense is getting after him. Defense was too wild. Sure. And Tom Brady and that offense for the Buccaneers, how many times this year have we said it, man? They have just looked ordinary to less than.
I do TV every morning with Rex Ryan on Mondays, and he always talks about how old and slow the Tampa Bay Buccaneers looked, and they were all of that today. Yeah. This was an offense that couldn't create large plays, an offense that couldn't protect, also couldn't run the football, so now you can't get into play action. And as long as the corner opposite of Trayvon Diggs was able to keep the top on the defense, which they did the entire night, they weren't going to create any explosive plays. And now, if you're Tom Brady and you are thinking about coming back, you have to really look at what's around you in Tampa Bay, and that doesn't seem to be a place that he can thrive. And tonight, this Dallas defense got after the quarterback with the rush and played great on the back end.
This much more. Not far from here, the Wizards play. They got Jordan on the back end of a career, right? It's still Michael Jordan, and it's still high level, but not Bulls Jordan. If you're a team that's out there and you want Brady, like, are you getting Washington Jordan?
Well, I think you would get Washington's Jordan. And remember, Jordan had a younger team. That's a team that had Kwame Brown as the first overall pick. You got rid of the Wallaces. You get rid of Rip Hamilton. All of those guys.
High-level NBA analysis as well.
Absolutely. All of those guys are gone. Tom Brady can't go to a team like that. Tom Brady has to go to a team where a number one wide receiver is there, a tight end is there, a running back's there, a coach that he may know well well or may not know well is there where he could feel like I could be comfortable and thrive in this offense. I don't know if there's a place like that,
Where
Scott.
are you going that's got a better wide receiver 1 and 2 than Evans and Godwin?
I don't know if you're going to a place that has a better 1 and 2, but there's a place with a better 1. There's a place with the tight end that can really play football. There's a place with a very good slot receiver. And there is also a place, at least right now, that has a running back who led the league in total yardage. And maybe he knows the coach there. I'm not saying it. The machine is.
Yeah, that's exactly. We didn't just over here playing wacky radio guy, just hitting buttons.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.